What's going on, guys? This is James Allen. I am recording this on Friday, November 7th, 2025. Yesterday, a lot of you have been asking me for my thoughts again on the ICP rally that's currently happening, which is kind of weird, to be honest, because you keep messaging me on my DM on Instagram or leaving comments asking for my thoughts, but then I give it to you and you guys get mad. like I don't understand. Like you would ask me for my thoughts and then I would give you exactly what you want and you guys would get mad. I just don't understand the internet computer community. Anyway, let me read one of those comments that's asking for such opinion. This came in yesterday. He says, "Hey James, can you make a new video with updated thoughts on ICP because it already doubled in price since this video?" Laughing. And yes, I've been noticing the rally that's currently happening, and honestly, I haven't been paying attention to it because I've already mentioned that I'm really caught up with work at the moment. But of course, I've noticed the rally that's going on with internet computer, and it's fake. You know, plain and simple, it's fake. It's not real to me. It's just you're blowing up air in an empty bag, right? It's fake as hell, and you don't need to be a rocket scientist or a genius to see that this rally's not real. Just go to the ICP dashboard and look at the cycle burn rate, right? Look at how many cycles are being burned. And if you look at like earlier this year in 2025, you would see like January, there was like 250,000 cycles, or February, there was nearly 300,000 cycles. I believe it was like 280,000 cycles were burned in February. March had like nearly 250,000 again. But if you look at like September, October, it's like 45,000. I think October was 44,000. And this month so far, I think we've only burned 7,000 cycles. So we went from 250,000 cycles to 44,000 cycles last month in October. And this month doesn't seem any better. There's only been 7,000 cycles burned. So we're burning like 1,000 cycles per day, which is not much at all. So if you just look at the ICP dashboard, you could tell this is a dying ecosystem. You could tell this is an ecosystem that's not picking up traction. Traction is not increasing, it's decreasing. And Dfinity is so slick, right? Dfinity is so slick that even though when you look at the bars of how many cycles were burned per month in a chart, you could clearly tell the bars are getting smaller and smaller, right? But you know what they did? They created a line that summed up all the cycles for the year altogether. So that line keeps going up, despite the fact that the total per month is significantly going down. Dfinity thinks they're slick. You're not, Dfinity. You're not slick. Like, people could see that you're cooking the numbers, dude. Stop it. This rally is so fake. I mean, I've already mentioned in the last video that Yahoo Finance said this pump is financed by people who are levered up. But if that's not enough for you, if the fact that on Yahoo Finance are saying people are levered up doing buying ICP, just look at the ICP cycle burn rate. Just go to the ICP dashboard yourself, and month over month, cycles have been down significantly. What's worse, a developer messaged me on Instagram yesterday telling me how disillusioned he is with internet computer, how bad, the execution is. And I'm going to do a separate video on that when I get the chance, because this is coming from a developer, which is the demographic you want the most, right? Of course, you want the entrepreneurs. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, mad respect. But the developers are the actual builders, right? And this developer yesterday sent me a long message telling me how disillusioned he became with the internet computer community. So I'm going to do a video on that next when I get the chance. But for now, guys, chill out with that. Before I go, there's one more thing I have to say. That is, I've noticed this trend of poking fun at me because of my financial struggles. You guys know I've been snubbed by an investor. And I'm doing all the work by myself, the iOS, the Android, the blockchain, and the YouTube, and the TikTok. So you guys know I'm buried. I'm in a salt mine, as Adam Rack says it. And you guys are poking fun at me on that. And one comment came in yesterday saying I shouldn't be listened to because I'm not a whale. So I'm going to go ahead and read this comment because it just shows the culture, the deterioration that's going on culturally. This is coming from Miad Najibi. God, I probably botched your name, but he says, guys, word of advice. Take advice in crypto from people who are whale. No offense to this guy, but he is not one of them. Whales are now starting to change their opinion on ICP, so there's definitely positive news on the protocol. So this idea that just because I'm not rich, my opinion is not worth listening to. Let me tell you something, dude. This is a very bad culture to have. This is a very bad value to have, to poke fun at people who are struggling, to dismiss my opinion because I'm not rich. If I was you, I would drop this culture because that would make you a very unhappy, lonely, miserable person in the future, especially as you get older. Now, when I was in Haiti, I used to watch Van Damme movies. In fact, Van Damme is my childhood hero. Haiti is a country that speaks French, so there's a lot of Van Damme movies that's played over there. And I grew up watching Van Damme, and he's literally my childhood hero. I mean, as I got older, I've gotten to know more about him. And it turns out he is a genuinely good man. And I've always said to myself, I want to be like him when I grow up. I want to be a good man, but strong, right? And Van Damme did a movie called Hard Target, which is my favorite movie. And in Hard Target, the bad guys are a bunch of rich people who pick on poor people for fun. They just fuck with poor people. They play this game where they hunt poor people down and kill them for fun. Well, the poor person is supposed to try to make it through this line. And if they make it through the line, they don't kill them, right? But it's a very sick thing when you're watching rich people play with poor people's lives just because they're fucking bored, right? And what ended up happening in a movie is that the main bad guy had killed this man whose daughter was out for revenge. And the daughter came in contact with Van Damme, and Van Damme helped her. And Van Damme started killing the bad guys one by one. He started killing this whole guy's crew one by one. And at the end of the movie, towards the end, there's a face-off between Van Damme and the final bad guy. And the final bad guy, he's all upset. He's pissed. He's like, I can understand the woman, right? Because I killed her father. But you had nothing to do with this. Like, you had nothing to do with this. I didn't kill any of your family members, your siblings. What the fuck? You killed every one of my team and you had nothing to do with this. And you know what was Van Damme's answer? And I saw this when I was really young and it really struck me. Van Damme's answer was, poor people get bored too. Poor people get bored too. And there is a world of wisdom in that statement saying that, hey, just because you're rich and just because I'm poor doesn't mean we're different. I have dignity. I have self-respect. I do things out of a whim just to help someone, just like you do things out of a whim just to screw people over, right? So guys, drop this culture where you're pedestalizing the rich. Do not pedestalize them. They're people just like every one of us. They're people just like you and me. We're all equal here. In any case, my misfits, that's all I have for you in this episode. You know what to do. Don't forget to press that like button and support me on Patreon. I will see you next time.